Ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday afternoon, man. You already know who it is, man. It is your boy Luis Velez, and I'm back with another banger with yet another video. You guys already know the drill. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to always receive the latest and greater content from me. Always thank you guys for always taking the time to watch this video. And once we're done with the video, make sure to like and make sure to share this video, man. Love and appreciate you guys as always. Excuse me, sorry for messing that up. Love and appreciate you guys always for watching my videos. Whether we agree or disagree, like I always say, well, sometimes I've said in these videos, but I'm saying it now, disagreements are always welcome. Disrespect is not. Shout out to the super chatters out there. But man, without further ado, man, let's hop right into these stories. So I wanted to bring up two stories because I think these are some real telltale stories about in the way how the NBA to me is going to reshape in the 2019 offseason. And I think this is probably one of the most anticipated offseasons in a long time because I think that this offseason might without a shot of a doubt, might reshape the face of the NBA because as everybody knows what's been going on with Kyrie Irving and the fact that he's been making headlines from calling out his teammates to the point where he apologized to Bron to where the media just said, oh my goodness, hey, Kyrie admitting he was wrong, that, he really needs LeBron and possibly could play with him. So there's that. Then you have the Anthony Davis situation, not being happy in New Orleans and going in public to demanding a trade. We don't know if it was him, if it was Rich Paul, if it was both, if Rich Paul told him that since he signed with Clutch Sports, we don't know. But now, so there was a reported rumor, because if you guys remember, Nick Wright, if you guys saw First Things First, he had put a proposed trade that the Lakers had, quote unquote, that he believed was offered. But if you ask me, Nick Wright knew about the trade, to me, in my opinion, so he probably knew what they were going to offer. So this was the proposed trade. Thank you, a la per Bleacher Report. What I will do is that I will link the story down in the description as to what the proposed trade was. So I will tell you guys that when you get the chance, make sure you hit the link in the description. I will put the Bleacher Report link. If you guys had never got a chance to really find out and know, I will put that link for you guys to check it out and see what you guys think. But as per Bleacher Report, it was rumored that the Lakers had really pitched a trade for Anthony Davis, and this is the package deal that they gave. Get this, ladies and gentlemen. They tried to give up Zubac, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, and a first-round pick for Anthony Davis. I said to myself, if I'm the Lakers, I would not make that deal, even if they proposed that trade. Now, what's happening is, to me, this is one of the reasons why I felt like I just said in the last video that LeBron, to me, is faking his injury, because I feel like, once again, he is resting so that he wants these players to increase their stock value. And I feel like the fact that these players have been making headlines is, to me, part of the reasons why some of these guys have not played up to par. Well, we already know Lonzo he really hasn't really played up to par. And I will address Lonzo Ball in a pretty much another video, probably sometime today, and if not today, tomorrow. So make sure to stay tuned on that. But the proposed trade, as again I said, it was Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Zubac, and a first-round pick to get for Anthony Davis. If I'm the Pelicans, I want to be in control of the situation. Now, last night when I went on another page, once again, man, shout out to RB the Breakthrough. I had said that, that the Boston Celtics would be interested probably in trading Kyrie Irving for Anthony Davis. But the reason I said if I'm Danny Ainge and I pulled the trigger is because Anthony Davis isn't a free agent until 2020. And Kyrie has kind of gone in public as to kind of hinting that he would want to play with LeBron, even if we don't think so. The problem is Kyrie's made a distraction because Kyrie called out his teammates because he thought his teammates would defer to him as the leader, as the way he had to defer to LeBron James, as I mentioned last video when I said Scottie Pippen ethered Kyrie when he said that he said that he really, to me, in his mind, he misses him and he knows he won a championship with LeBron and that he hasn't been able to lead this season. So the fact that the Celtics are struggling, people don't fear them as a top team in the Eastern Conference, as a contender for a championship. Like, their defense has been awful. Like, it's definitely not on par with what it was last year. Um, and again, the young kids on that team, and Tatum, Rozier, and Jaylen Brown, like guys like that, they're ready to take that next step and become leaders. Like they're not guys who want to defer to another player. As young as they are, they feel like that they can take that next step to become stars, possibly all-stars, and then eventually, again, if their mindset is right or anything, superstars. So that's what their mindset is at. They feel like their value is a lot worth more than people are really giving them credit for. And they're telling you, look what we did in Kyrie's absence. Like we proved that we could play at a really high level without him. Now, you cannot win without Kyrie, just like how I said that the Lakers cannot win without LeBron. Like ultimately, like you can play well for a stretch, but it's like when you need that guy late in games, close games, like in the postseason, like that's where their presence will be felt and you will need them. So Kyrie and LeBron are very important to their respective teams, no matter which way you look at it, whether you like it or not. But I said that if I'm Danny Ainge, with the fact that Kyrie has gone out, to say that. And also, as I mentioned, I said last season with Kyrie's injury, Danny Ainge was thinking of trading Kyrie anyway, possibly. Because if you remember, he was able to get Kyrie and trading Isaiah Thomas when he was injured. And this is part of the reasons when you look at it, in one sense, I can actually kind of understand LeBron why players want control, because if you look at it, owners, organizations are really showing no loyalty to these players out here. When you look at Anthony Davis, one of the issues I have with AD is that he's been injury prone. When he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the NBA. But when he's been hurt, you know, he's missed a lot of time. So it's not like that AD is not productive. Like, this dude is a superstar player. But what's also we failed to mention is he's actually had good pieces. Some of it hasn't worked out, and other guys have also been hurt. When I look at Julius Randle, he's been in and out of the lineup. When I look at Drew Holiday, in and out of the lineup. And if you remember, to me, not having Rajon Rondo was a big loss, because Drew Holiday was actually playing his best basketball, especially in the playoffs when Rajon Rondo was with the New Orleans Pelicans. So that's part of the reason why. It's like key pieces like that you don't realize. Because quite honestly, and you have to also understand, man, it just depends on matchups. Against the Golden State Warriors, they just did not match up well. Boogie Cousins injured his Achilles injury. It would have been big if Boogie Cousins was there, but then also they didn't re-sign Boogie Cousins because the Pelicans were willing not to give him money because of his asking price. And look how he took a minimum deal with the Warriors, and now look how he's thriving. And now people are jealous of that because, oh, he's on the Warriors. They've only signed 2 players. The other 3 were drafted. Get over it, people. Get over it. Just get over it. Just deal with it, as I mentioned in the last video. But yeah, so the Lakers made that trade offer, and I'm just like, so you're really going to trade this entire team to get Anthony Davis? My question is, who can you really pick up? People are going to be like, well, it's possibly even JR might come back, and people will be like, no. That bonehead, that Hennessy drinking bonehead, no way. We can't have him. You saw what he did with LeBron in game 1, and I'm going to say it once again. JR was put in a tough spot, and I said that again. Yes, he made a bonehead play, but again, LeBron kind of left him in no man's land. And even if JR got the rebound, Kevin Durant was right there to block the shot, or at least try to alter it. So J.R. Smith did the best decision he could, but LeBron never was really in his ear on what to do. He just left him to do whatever, and that was the problem. And that's what Kobe Bryant was trying to tell LeBron. You can't just give these guys this ball expecting them to make something happen. Like, you have to be able to instruct them, incorporate them, and tell them where to go. And again, you lead by example, okay? You have the others follow you, and you play together. But LeBron, it was just like, oh, I'm just playing by myself, and I did everything I could do, and I'm going to just leave everybody else out there. That's why they lost. And your tone, you set the tone for the way your team was going to play, and you set the tone for how the series was going to go after game 1. That's just it. And so, him, and then, Carmelo's on the sideline, that there's a possibility that he might sign with the Lakers, like if they trade all those pieces. And so what you have Carmelo Anthony thinking is, hey, there's a lot of roster spots available because Kuzma's a starter, Lonzo's a starter. Guess what happens? So he comes off the bench depending on who Luke Walton wants to start. But Carmelo could be like, oh, hey, this gives me an opportunity to be in the starting lineup. And the problem is you can't have 2 ball-dominant players in the starting lineup, which is why Melo is going to have to swallow his pride and come off the bench if the Lakers even think of the notion of actually wanting Carmelo. But to me, the Lakers, I don't think, are even interested in Carmelo. But there's a possibility that he might, because Carmelo and LeBron are good friends. And it would be great for LeBron to help his friend to help win the championship, so that when another YouTube video comes up, they could say, oh, look, here's another player that LeBron carried to a championship, a player in his same draft class that was just 2 picks below him at number 3 to Denver. So to me, that's what it is. If I'm the Pelicans, I don't make that move, because I think you should wait and see the landscape and see what's more available for deals to make, because I honestly think you have the deal in your hands. I think the fact that players have been, to me, more vocal and going out to the media a lot more has kind of put them in bad predicaments, which means, to me, makes the organization again want to kind of make moves to kind of shove it down their throats. Again, there's no loyalty in the NBA. Just look at DeMar DeRozan and look what the Raptors did to him going to San Antonio. Look what Blake Griffin did. They made him sign an extension, and then they did a sign and trade. And which leads me to my next story, guys. KP, Porzingis, Kristaps Porzingis. The Knicks have been in the news of being interested in possibly acquiring Anthony Davis. And KP has said that rumors on Bleacher Report were saying that he was reluctant to be part of the AD deal because he did not want to sign and then be traded because of how much he loves New York. And so the Knicks just had a meeting with Porzingis, and Porzingis came out of that meeting really not happy with the way the Knicks have been losing and the way that the Steve Mills and Scott Perry have kind of handled the operations on how the Knicks have been playing this season. And so because of that, and we all know what's happening with Cantor, up until last night, Cantor really wasn't playing. So he wasn't getting minutes. So now that has KP feeling, as reports now, that he came out of the meeting feeling in his mind that he wants to leave New York and get traded. And he wants to leave because he doesn't like the direction that the team is going. So that's really interesting now, because now, this is why I said, guys, that I think that this offseason might reshape the NBA, because you got Kyrie Irving, you got Porzingis, and then you have Anthony Davis, like 3 guys making headlines. So this is going to be really interesting as to what shape the NBA is going to go. Is it going to be able to help LeBron James? Is it going to be able to help another team and they start becoming the next dynasty? Because I think that's what's going to happen. I feel like low-key what's happening is that I think the Warriors, to me, might have a run or two in them. And then the NBA is going to try to look for its next dynasty and probably end that Warriors downfall. In my opinion, I honestly think in my heart of hearts, anything can happen unless, to me, a catastrophic injury happens. I think the Warriors are going to three-peat. In terms of the Lakers, I honestly think that they, again, it's possible that they can make a move. But honestly, if I'm Magic Johnson, I honestly wouldn't make a move right now, because, again, if you wait until free agency, you'll have $30 million in cap. You get AD, you're adding more salary. And again, he's not a free agent until 2020. So it's just the way things are. It's like you really don't know what move is really going to be available. So I think with the situation that Magic Johnson in, he's in a bind. And I think to trade the entire team when they have a good team to just get one player, I think it's just a bad move on the Lakers' part. If I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, I don't make any moves. And I just hold out. But I think it sucks that AD's not playing right now, so which is really, to me, really bad to the point that when AD went out in public about making trade demands, and then with Rich Paul, they just got fined for tampering, and then it's like you're going to see, like, they really don't, care at this point. But yeah, man, I think that proposed trade to me was just not a really good move for the Lakers. You're trying to appease a player that's going to be that just turned 34. He'll be 35 next season in December. Like, this is what you have to really start thinking about. It's like you really need to think about the fact that you signed him for 4 years. And guys, don't be surprised if you really start seeing LeBron's injuries start to break down his body, because again, you could talk about how LeBron has been amazing and he does all he wants, and you got to make sure he's healthy and all this kind of stuff, and make all the excuses as you want. One thing that is for certain, Father Time is undefeated. Just look at Kobe Bryant. 2013 season, he burned himself to the ground. Part of the reason was the injuries, but look what happened to Kobe. 30 minutes, 38 minutes a game, his body broke down. He suffered his Achilles injury, was not the same player ever again after that. It's as simple as that, man. So yeah, man, this Porzingis, the Kyrie Irving situation, and now Anthony Davis, as we're taking But again, I feel like LeBron is resting just to give these players. He wants these guys to have their shine. See, Rappaport doesn't know what he's talking about in terms of this. He's like, oh, why are you taking the attention to yourself and all that? I said, no, LeBron's doing a double standard here because he's still about himself. But the reason he's not playing is because what he's doing is he wants these guys' trade value to go up to be playing better, to say, we can play well without you. But then what happens is you increase their trade value, you get teams interested, they're going to want to make deals. Look at the Pelicans. You know, you might get a third team involved, and it's like you might even get a couple of more pieces. So he wants their trade value to be up. Now what just hurts him is that Kuzma's injured with a hip flexor, and Lonzo is out with an ankle injury, and he's out for 6 weeks. So he might not even be tradable. Who knows? But anywho, you know, let me know what you guys think about this crazy situation with KP, with Kyrie Irving, and with Anthony Davis. This is once again Lewis, man. Once again, shout out. You know, thank you guys for watching. Once again, this is Lewis with another video. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that noti. And once again, man, this is Lewis. I love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, man. As always, man, stay up, bless up, one love, man. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye. Enjoy your day, guys.